This is that part of the week where we talk about the YouTube comments from the previous week. And I really like this, and people are liking these kind of videos, and I'm going to keep doing them, I think. If you guys want your comment to be reviewed, make it a good comment, and it might get reviewed the following week on Twitch. It just might. Without further ado, let's start off with good old Straw Hat Izzy. Ah, yes. The BT5 Copium comment. BT5 was a good format because it required high interaction and skill. EX1 BT7 had the least amount of important interaction of any formats I have played. Felt truly out of your control on most points. However, in previous sets, like BT6 and before, there was a lot of innovation and interaction, making it fun to play. Regarding proxies allowing you to innovate quicker is why people tend to do it. As someone who has been doing this since BT6, I can say it's a good way to not be behind in the format. It lets you see better options where you might not have time to do it at the beginning of the format, exclamation mark. I do like this comment a lot. A, I'm covering it because Izzy's based. But B, it raises a good point. BT5 did have skill. As opposed to like 4 ice balls, which some could argue isn't as skilled as it could be. And I like his comment of proxying because it lets you get ahead of the curve. You know, if you take the time to do proxy tournaments or proxy events, proxy testing, and then you go to a BT8 tournament, well, you're putting yourself in an advantage, right? If you're clocking out of the format just to clock into a new format even harder, there's nothing wrong with being even harder. So I like this comment. I think this is a good way to start this off. Now, next, Tree of Turtles. Fortunately, I live outside of North America and have had BT8 now for a good few weeks. 4 decks built already. I think the delay has been harder than it usually would be because the BT8 meta is a lot more interesting than BT7. With everyone playing hybrid lists, it's just flat out more boring than what we've got for BT8. Thanks, Mario. Love the channel. You're welcome. But for real, yeah, the delay here, it kind of sucks. If you guys haven't figured it out, the last 2 comments were in regards to the Burnout video that I made. I got a lot of nice response to it, by the way. People got really turned off in BT7 because it was just the same shit. Blue hybrid, blue hybrid, blue hybrid, blue hybrid, blue hybrid, yellow hybrid, blue hybrid, blue hybrid, blue hybrid, green hybrid, blue hybrid, Lilith loop, blue hybrid, blue hybrid. And I think a lot of people got annoyed with that. So congrats to Tree of Turtles for having his stuff ahead of time. I'm glad he's having fun. My LGS decided screw BT7 after Europe Ultimate Cup. We played proxy matches, chaos pre-release, and even DigiQ events to stave off the burn until BT8 dropped. Feel for free, you guys having to wait till BT8. Yeah, you know what? When locals are making decisions like that, you can tell that their community is kind of just pissed off with the way things are. So that's another section for burnout. People are getting burned out of this format in particular, BT7. Good thing it's over. I think Digimon needs multiple official formats like Bandai, Host, like Pauper, or other different formats. I feel like that'll help with the burnout. It's so true. Every game, every big card game that's been around for years has alternate formats. Pokemon has extended, pre-release, standard. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has standard, speed duels, rush duels, other old formats sanctioning now too. Sealed, pre-release, other of those as well. And Magic, don't even get me started. Magic has too many formats, but it's all in the sake of variety. It's all to get people intrigued in the game. If people are hating one format, play another format. I think Digimon could interact that. Bandai could just do that. Bandai asked the community at one point, what alternate formats do you want? Maybe do something about it. Will Smith. Yo, here we go. I'm gonna slap you, Chris Rock. I don't mind the delay because it's only a month. I actually was not the biggest fan of the proxies because I think it's such a weird precedent in any group claims the format is boring, stale, or unfun, as the answer will be just proxy. This got a lot of fucking likes, this comment, and it's kind of true. Now that this happened once with BT7 ending prematurely for proxy BT8, will this happen again in the future? You bet your butt it'll happen again in the future if there's another delay. It will happen. That's a new precedent. The guy's right. Charles Carter has 2 points. MTG Standard has had a massive dip in recent years since before the Spark multiple bannings. Magic Arena hasn't helped. And number 2, I do feel like Digimon players tend not to innovate. Oh God. Okay. So I think that second point is kind of a hot take. I think there is some innovation, but there is definitely less innovation. I was having a conversation with someone over the weekend. It's impossible to innovate Digimon to the standard, to to the innovation metric of Magic the Gathering, for instance, because Magic has so many freaking cards. Digimon doesn't even come close. It just doesn't. So sure, there's lack of innovation, but I don't think people are not innovating. There's not much to innovate. There's not much to try in comparison to other card games. And then, around where I live, people really like Standard, and people that I reached out to really like Standard Magic. But since this making of the video, I have reached out to other people, and you know what? People said, yeah, Standard's not as hot. One of the big points I got was Oko. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, apparently Oko ruined Standard for like a whole city. A big city, who I will not name in this video. But apparently there has been some Standard hate that I didn't realize existed. Not to the extent that it did. But you know what? That's why Magic has multiple formats. If you don't want to play Standard, you can play something else. Digimon really needs that. I think assuming Magnamon will go to $4 is wishful thinking. You said it yourself. It's a key player in Magnamon X next set. And that deck is pretty strong. Regardless, thanks for the vid. I've been debating whether to go Imperial or Armor Rush since I already know the prices and it could go either way. Probably going to go Armor Rush since I could build that or Magna X. Or sell the Magnamons and make something else. I think it's possible. Now, obviously, nothing is set in stone, but we really got to wait for the set to come out to find out where prices really fall. If it doesn't fall to $4, it doesn't fall to $4. Then I'm wrong. It happens. Here's a toxic comment. Dunkin' Donuts is tier ass. Dunkin' Donuts is not tier ass. It's tier 0. Can you believe the nerve of these people? Absolutely insane. Who dares? Goes deep and hard. Insert Michael Scott. That's what she said, quote. Yes. Yep. I'm a very big fan of The Office. And anyone that can make a good Office reference deserves all my time and attention. And my respect. And one follow-up here. Anyone that can, that's what she said, properly and appropriate to context, is an A+ in my books. So there you go. Awesome video, Mario. Really loving your content. I do too. Me and my friends started a few weeks ago to play Digimon. We finished our decks and want to compete in some local tournaments. Could you please give us some tips to side deck cards, tech cards? Thanks so much. Side decks right now aren't being commonly played, but the general rule of thumb is you side deck or tech cards in your main deck for the matchups that give you the most issue, or the matchups that take out a predominant source of the meta. For example, if you're a next antibody player and you realize that Breath of the Gods fixes certain popular matchups, play Breath of the Gods in your next antibody list. Just do it. That's just an example. There's lots of other examples. That's my recommendation. Great deck, just way too expensive. Know how many tacos I can get for that much? A lot. LOL. I think this is referencing the Mastamon deck. I get a lot of tacos instead of Mastamon deck. It's true. A lot of tacos. They bought out all the cheap Argomons yesterday. So last week's Market Watch, I talked about alternate art Argomon and how it's a good buy in case it gets unlimited. Sure enough, a buyout happened. Kind of cool. Love this series. We'll love to see some great cheap decks too for the stark comparison. We're probably going to do one of these every week. So we'll probably come across decks like Shivamon that are cheap and garbage. Hot singles in your area. I think I kept this one for the thumbnail. I'm pretty sure I kept this one for the thumbnail. But this comment made me laugh when I read it. So I included it in the video. I don't mind taking a little bit of a laugh. I don't. Very Canadian of you. In your next video, apologize for everything to embrace your full Canadian. Canadians are very nice people. We do apologize for everything. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you spent your time watching this video. Yeah. I'm just surprised as to why BT8 alt art cards are so high compared to pre-sale price BT7 alt art. I would like to grab Rapamon alt art or Flamemon alt art. I guess I have to wait. BT8 has more anime cards. That's it. That's the answer. That has to be it. Anime and waifu tax are two things that drive prices outside of competitive speculative nature. All the freaking Armor Rush dudes are anime cards. They really are. Imperial Dramon anime card. Yeah. Yep Anime. Yep Anime. I wish these were longer. This is the last one. I wish these were longer. I could listen to Digimon price analysis and speculation all day. Keep up the great work, Mario. Okay. Now, I wanted to bring this comment up because it comes up to an idea I had at one point in time, and I'm actually curious on feedback. So if you guys have an opinion, let me know, either in Twitch chat or in the comments section. I've thought about doing a market stream where once a week we just spend like an hour or so, 2 hours, talking about the Digimon market and just talking about whether we think things are going to go up, go down, and actually have an in-depth, deep conversation about the Digimon market as a whole. Because we're getting to the point where there's a fair amount of cards, and we could cherry pick and nitpick on certain cards and strategies. Investments down the road or things that could crash. So I don't know if that's something that people are interested in, but if people are interested in it, please let me know. I would like it very much. And that'll do it for this week's section of comments. The comment section is truly lit, and I love seeing it. If you guys want to be part of the comment section on this video, leave a comment, and if it's good enough or makes me laugh, it'll make the cut. That's all for today. Yeah. Woo! Okay, cool.